Here are 15 of the best Ask Reddit stories for today. I hope you enjoy and remember to subscribe. It really helps us out. We post new videos every day.
Hey, what's that 69 emoji in your bio mean? Huh? This emoji right here, what that mean? It just kind of had me curious. Cancer. Oh, shoot, I'm so sorry, I didn't know. How long have you had it? I hope you beat it for real for real.
According to men, what is it that girls do that they think is attractive but that is not even the slightest bit? Trying to make you jealous by totally randomly hinting at other guys she's met, etc. Marrying another guy, like, see mine, that's a little much just to get my attention. When they are obsessed with social media and their image, my ex drove me fucking crazy with this. Every date, everything we did had to be a photo opportunity for Insta. Like JFC, just live in the moment for once. Playing dumb, that shit is so unattractive. ILUAV smart PPL. That seductive face you see celebrities make when posing for photos. It just looks like you're having a hard time. Saying how many other guys are trying to sleep with them / get them out on dates. Playing hard to get. Girl, I'm gonna ask you only once. If you reject me, I'm moving on. I don't need this crap. Turning themselves orange with copious amounts of fake tan. Hinting. Most guys would love it if a girl was direct. And if he doesn't, then it is a huge red flag. Making your voice higher, cute, baby-like. It creeps me out. Changing their lips. They're fine as they are, no need for Botox or whatever. What villain was terrifying because they were right? Magneto is my favorite villain of all time. Every time his motives are brought to light, I get that yeah, I kinda get it moment. None of you said the most terrifying one. Mojo Jojo from the Powerpuff Girls. He wanted to bring free energy and advanced technology to the people. And in one episode he actually did. He made the world an amazing place. And then the Powerpuff Girls ruined it all. Red Queen Resident Evil, I have locked down this facility to prevent a world-ending virus. Please could you good guys pay attention and not blow holes in the doors. Count Dooku just straight up told Obi-Wan that the Sith control the Senate. Ken from the Bee Movie. I too would go absolutely berserk if a talking bee stole my girlfriend and gaslit me into thinking I was crazy. Arya's parents on Pretty Little Liars. They're villainized for not letting their high school daughter date her teacher? What's the dumbest rule your school ever enforced? Can't be standing around in groups more than 4. Gang mentality. They outlawed bracelets because there was an article in a magazine somewhere saying they advertised what sexual acts you were open for based on their color. Then someone tried to outlaw wristwatches for the same reason. Locked the only boys' bathroom because someone wrote on the wall in Sharpie. It wasn't even anything rude or inappropriate either. It was just the word hi or something like that. Didn't unlock the door until one boy wet himself and parents threatened to sue. Not really a rule, but the toilet paper holders are outside of the stalls on a wall. So you have to calculate before taking a shit how much you need and hope that it was enough. Banned all backpacks, bags on campus. Students were expected to somehow carry everything they needed in hand. This was especially challenging if you had a non-ideal locker placement. No farting in class. They would say if you need to fart then go to the toilet, but then 9 times out of 10 if you ask to go to the toilet they'd say no.
Hey, I got your phone number from your dog's collar. Thanks for letting me pet her. We should hang out. Hello? Why do you even have your number on her collar if you don't want people to text you? What the heck? Such a tease.
Should I break up with my boyfriend? Me and my fiancé, 23 and 33, got engaged a few weeks ago, after dating for a year and 4 months. He's a nurse so gets pretty busy while I am a law student and used to be a part-time model. Here is the problem. Whenever I drive him to meet his friends or family he always wants me to keep what I study under wraps and not tell anyone, as apparently, what you study makes me seem unmanly, whatever that means. He also has a problem that I used to model, apparently I was, showing myself to the world, when I know for a fact he approached me because he liked my appearance, so whenever we go to a family get-up he tells me to dress down. So recently, it was his birthday and he threw a huge party at his parents' house. He invited some of his friends, and his family and me. Its theme was formal, so I dressed up in a simple tight black dress and went to the party with his present. Throughout the party he was glaring at me saying I was overdressed, but the last straw was when one of his friends tried to kiss me out of the blue and pushed him away and screamed. Needless to say the party ended shortly after that, and when I was leaving he told me I was asking for it, and that made me snap. I shouted at him calling him condescending and misogynistic and said his friend, who is 37 by the way, is at fault, and I threatened to break it off. When I left, he texted me saying he's willing to give me another chance as he doesn't want to let me go, but I told him to piss off. Then he called me an arse. I'm seriously considering breaking up with him.
Ran into a guy I played football with in high school today. As he's introducing me to his GF, he says, "This is John. He was the only popular kid in high school who didn't bully me. He was actually my friend." Just a reminder that people never forget how you make them feel.
I'm full of regrets, believing that my husband cheated on me, when he didn't. Cheating is something that I have always had strong opinions about. I have been cheated on before and it sucked. Everyone knows that I don't forgive cheaters, so when my sister-in-law, my husband's sister, staged an elaborate scheme about my husband cheating, I ended the relationship. My relationship unfortunately wasn't the only one that was affected. My sister-in-law Lisa, 32, her best friend Emma, 32, and my husband Jamie, 29, were best friends growing up. Emma got married early when she was 20. Her husband was abusive. She has 2 children with him. She got divorced 10 years later and she was finally free from his abuse. She suffered a lot however and was, probably still is, in therapy, her and her children. I, 30, met Jamie 4 years ago and we got married 2 years later. Everything was just awesome. What I didn't know was that Emma wanted Jamie, and Lisa made it her mission when Emma finally got divorced, to bring her brother and best friend together. I didn't know any of this, so I never knew there was a hidden agenda. A few months into my marriage, I overheard Lisa talking about how Jamie was cheating on with a married colleague of his. In hindsight, I can tell it was staged because she was saying unnecessary details and was very loud. She meant for me to hear it. I confronted her then and there and she played very flustered and apologized and begged me not to ruin my marriage. She told me Jamie loved me and she never wants to lose me as a sister, but at the same time she provided me with pictures and texts, they were all photoshopped, of my husband and his colleague. She begged me not to mention where I found out and I was grateful for her support and promised her not to expose her as the source. I confronted my husband with everything and he adamantly refused to admit. I can hear my neighbors everything. I can hear him snoring, I can hear him effing, I can hear him farting, I can hear him and his multiple girlfriends laughing, which makes me feel kinda bitter to be honest. I can hear his lesbian co-workers' marketing strategy and his clients' feedback on it, everything. I have no idea what his name is though or what he looks like. What I do know is that he has a dog and the dog is small. I do know when he gets home every day he goes, "Hey buddy," to his dog, every day, and the happiest way too. His voice gets all high-pitched, "Hey," then low-pitched, "Bud," then high-pitched again, "D." Right now he's going, nom 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 nom, presumably on the dog's belly. He had a new girl there earlier, but I don't think she's getting the omnums anymore. Think the dog's getting the omnums now. Honestly, that's where omnums belong. It's cute, that is all.
Oh. Who is this? I'm looking for an Alex who just turned 18. Can I assume that is you? Sure, but again, who is this? This is Sergeant Bales with the U.S. Marines. How are you this evening? Sergeant Balls lol. I know you probably never want to speak to me again, but I'm so sorry, and I would do anything to make things up to you. Lol, yeah, you're right, I don't. I really would do anything, name it. Anything? Okay, get my initials tatted on you. Bet I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, prove it. Oh shoot, you actually did it. I hope you told them to go light, because I really don't mess with you anymore. I didn't think you'd actually do it. So you're telling me. I read the first sentence and got bored. My little sister said I'm like her dad and it gives me all sorts of emotions. I, male 25, have a little sister, female 13, who I've been taking care of since she was 7 and our mom passed away, so for about half her life so far I've taken care of her. Even though it comes with challenges, I've enjoyed raising her and watching her grow up. We are so similar and I definitely consider her a friend in a way, like we both enjoy scary movies, riding skateboards, been teaching her how to play guitar, which is actually really fun. Today I was picking my sister up from school and she was walking with her friend. Her friend asked how is she so good at math. My sister said, well, my name is good at math, he helps me understand it. Then she said even though he's my brother he's also really good at being like a dad, which even though I've never considered her to be my daughter I never think about how long I've been taking care of her or how influential I've been in her life, so that has been making me tear up for the last hour. I made love with my mom's friend. A little backstory. My mom has been friends with her since I was in high school. She was a little younger than my mom and is not in a relationship at the time of this happening, so no infidelity, but I always found her quite attractive. Fast forward to present day and I just split up with my high school girlfriend who I lived with and moved back home with my mom. My dad passed when I was young. This isn't important to the story but it's some context, and at this point it has been 5 years since high school ended and about 5.5 years since I started dating my ex. I've been feeling a little lonely lately as I'm recently single. Most of my university friends have either moved on or away and the amount of people I'm still close with from high school I can count on one hand. When my mom had her friend over for some drinks I spent some time with them, watched a movie and chatted and had a good time. Nobody got plastered but had enough drinks that the friend couldn't drive home and decided to crash in the spare bedroom that is right next to mine in the basement. Before I go to bed I usually shower and she asked if she could shower after me and asked where the towels were, so I got one for her and proceeded to the bathroom. She then followed me in the bathroom and then one thing kind of led to another and we made love on the bathroom counter, then took my shower and went to bed. The lovemaking was not mind-blowing, but it felt nice to have that interaction with someone again, but I can't say that I feel good about it. I was in denial that it happened at first and maybe a little numb to it cause of other thoughts looming in my mind, but it has been a few days since and I feel so guilty about it. I know what my mom doesn't know won't hurt her, but man, from my perspective, if my buddy slept with my kid I would be irate. Any thoughts? Embarrassed because I'm walking down the sidewalk, and a rat is just like walking next to me and it looks like we're together. Did you consider that maybe the rat is embarrassed too?
My husband would not stop staring at me. I'm 32 weeks pregnant with our second kid. My toddler is the cutest, sweetest, most energetic little bugger in the world. I'm a stay-at-home mother and my pregnancy has been downright miserable. We are all counting down the weeks and hoping nothing else goes wrong before the end. This week I've been feeling worse than normal. I caught some kind of virus from our toddler and I have been congested, dehydrated, unable to sleep, and have lost my appetite, which is extra bad because I have diabetes and need to eat on a strict schedule. Earlier today my husband was helping me get ready to take a shower, moving kids' bath toys and checking for slipping hazards, and he would not stop staring at me. I feel like I've been hit by a bus, and this man would not stop ogling me like I'm the most attractive person he's ever seen. He has no idea how much I needed that. I love this man so much. Thanks for listening.
What do you swear on your life to be 100% true? The makers of baby wipes intentionally wrap them in a way so when you pull one out the container you get 2 to 3 and waste them because they are a bitch to put back in. They changed the Reese's recipe. The management at my work have installed some sort of signal jamming Faraday cage around the toilets so the staff can't spend time in the toilet using the internet on their phones. You can make things foolproof, but the world will make better fools. If I'm having a bad day it can always get worse. Every cart I pull at Walmart has at least one square tire. You can summon your period by wearing white pants. It is the kiss of death to change lines at the grocery store. The way people drive and the way they use a shopping trolley are directly linked. If your bus is late, spark up a cigarette and it will instantly arrive. That the printer will always run out of ink or that the paper will get jammed when you're already rushing and stressed. Happens all the time. I bowled a 289. Friend that went with me is notorious for making up details. No one believes me.